Hi, water signs. My name is Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign. This is your July 2021 Spirited Messages. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And when you go into notifications, you'll be notified every time I do a video. And if you don't go into notifications, just know I put out a video every Saturday, but next week I am going to take the week off, so a video won't be out until the following week. So Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, happy birthday, Cancer. This is your spirited messages. So the first one is All That Glitters, and it's upside down. The next one is Chop Wood, Carry Water, and it's upside down. And the next one is Yang, and it is the divine masculine, and it's all about taking action. So All That Glitters is upside down. So this is telling me that, you know, chasing the all that glitters, is it gold? Like going after like money and finances and keeping up with the Joneses isn't right for you anymore, and something happened to you to change that for all of you, to shift that direction for you. And I don't know what that is, if it's a job loss, if it was a divorce or separation, if it was an accident, whatever it was, it that has shifted your whole life for you. And the Chop Wood, Carry Water, when this is upside down, this is like overdoing it. And maybe you guys have overdone it and you're exhausted and you need to take a break. You will step into action in the future, but right now I am going to dive a little bit deeper to get a better clarification on this, because I want to really explain this to you, water signs. You guys are so deep. So I know when I talk to you, you know what I'm talking about. So let's see. It says there, this is a signal to walk away from what you're contemplating. There is a thin veneer of glitter and sparkle that masks something rotten underneath. Pursuing it will only bring about a difficult situation you'll be sorry you got yourself into. Stay away. Isn't it wonderful how spirit protects you? Better things await. So a lot of times, you guys, when you are in a situation that isn't right for you and you are not physically able to take yourself out of a situation, it gets done for you. So I don't know if you've ever heard the expression, God does for us what we cannot do for ourselves. When this happens, it feels like the rug is getting pulled out from underneath you. It's not saying this is enjoyable. This is not saying that it feels good. This does not say this is easy. So whatever has happened to you, to shift you, to change you in this direction, this was the divine doing for you what you could not do for yourself. Is it painful? Hell to the yeah. And a lot of times when this is happening, you're not able to realize that this thing that was taken from you was a gift. Because when it's happening, it brings up every insecurity, every fear, everything that you feel isn't right about you. It will bring that up. As it brings that up, this is the divine letting you know it's time to deal with it and you can handle it. It's not saying you can handle it alone or that you should. This is saying that maybe you weren't able to ask for help in the past, or maybe you weren't able to tell people where you were or what was going on with you, but this was done because this is the divine coming in to let you know that there is something way better awaiting for you, even when you can't see it. You guys, you are psychic, You are healers and you are leaders. And if you know this about yourself, and you probably do, a lot of times it helps so much to hear the confirmation that you guys are psychic, you are leaders, and you are healers, and you are light workers. So I'm here to deliver that message to all of you water signs. If you needed to hear it again, I think you do. I think you need to hear it over and over until you start to trust it and start to believe it. I know you know it and you might feel it, but to hear it from somebody else, this is true about all of you water signs. So the next one is chop wood and carry water, and it's upside down, and I'm gonna read it to you because you guys are doers and thinkers and feelers, and I know that maybe you guys are overachievers, overdoers. So this is saying an important relationship, hold on. Okay, are you an armchair astronaut? Do you dream of wealth and fame and big ideas, inventions, or desires with a capital D? The appearance of this card is a sign that you might be devoting too much time to dreaming and talking about your dreams. Do you have to get out of the chair to make things happen? You actually have to do something. Start with a small task. Remember, the big dream becomes a reality only after you have begun to take incremental steps. Mythologist Joseph Campbell once said, "Take one step towards the gods, and they shall take 10 steps towards you." So, okay, armchair astronaut. So what this is telling me is you guys might be dreaming about stuff and you want all of this stuff to happen, and you haven't been able to do it right now. And usually when it says armchair astronaut, it sounds like to me it's saying that you're lazy. And I know water signs, you guys are not lazy, but maybe this situation, the rug being pulled out from under you, it rocked your boat, and maybe you have felt overwhelmed. And a lot of times when you're overwhelmed, it is normal to freeze and take a pause. So maybe you have not been sure of what your next move is. And a lot of times, not only you're not sure of what your next move is, the perfectionism, I have to do it perfectly before I get started, or what if I don't have all the right ingredients, or what if I don't have the right tools, or I want to do it right. And it almost, I don't want to say almost, it paralyzes you. So what this card is letting me know is to start small. So it's like easy does it, but do it. How do you begin? Okay, so if you're not sure how to begin, the first step is maybe you can say a prayer, ask God, Spirit, your angels to please show you the signs of where to go and how to begin and how to get started. I am going to let you know of a book. If you feel overwhelmed and you don't know what to do, how to start, where to begin, it's called From Clutter to Clarity. And it's also on audio. Excuse me, I am an audio book listener. It's very hard for me to read and comprehend. So listening, it goes right in. So I listen to it on hayhouse.com, hayhouse.com. They have an app, they have books, they have meditations. It's from Louise Hay. If you're watching my videos, you guys love this shit. So hayhouse.com, From Clutter to Clarity. So it's saying a lot of times when we're overwhelmed, and I'll just give you a little bit of it. A lot of times when you're overwhelmed, you're not afraid of the first thing. You're afraid of the things down the road. So like, I'm going to give you an example. If, just say my house is messy and I think, my God, if I clean my house, I have to invite people over and I don't want to have people over. So I don't clean my house. So I don't have people over. So I'm in a constant state of feeling, like that clutter. It just bogs me down and it's hard to get started when I'm surrounded by that stuff. So it's saying like, do the next thing. Maybe clean up a portion of your house. Maybe start in the kitchen. Maybe start with getting the dishes out of the sink. And then maybe start cleaning off the counters. And then maybe start, it's like do one next thing. You don't have to worry about inviting people over. Just start. So if you guys are dreaming about being famous, being in the public eye, you guys are meant to. You really are. The world needs to hear what you have to say. The thing is to get started. If you want to start a YouTube channel, honestly, you guys, I'm a water sign. If you ever told me that I would do videos, that I would record myself, that I would read cards, that I would tell people this stuff, I would have never have believed you. And what you need to do is just do it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. This is affirmation and confirmation from the divine that you guys are meant to do it. So please get started. You can do it. The next one is divine masculine, and this is all about taking action. And maybe you guys have started and you've taken a pause because you've gotten overwhelmed. A lot of times, you guys, if you don't tell other people what you are doing, you won't follow through. It's very hard to follow through if you are not accountable to other people. I don't care what it is. If it's getting sober and staying sober, if you don't have a sobriety date, if you don't tell people what you are doing, chances are it's going to be very difficult to sustain it. So this is saying let other people know, get accountable, have an accountability. I don't want to say just partner. I'm going to say have an accountability group, because if one person isn't available, you need a second person. So the masculine says the principle of movement and creative action, the power to make things happen, taking action. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifesting through and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. You guys, you don't have to proceed confidently. Just proceed. And it says this card signifies new life and a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There is no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your own destiny right now. You guys, start volunteering, start getting involved with your people, start getting near people that encourage you to move forward, not the people who tell you every worst case possible scenario of what could go wrong to the point that you're like, Jesus Christ, why should I bother? Please remove yourself from the people who tell you that. And not just remove yourself from them, because that's not always possible. When people give you the worst case scenario, when people used to give me the worst case scenario, I'd be like, Jesus Christ, my God, how am I going to do that? And one of the things that I realized about myself is it was very hard for me to make a plan. I was a follower. It was easier for me to follow. And we all start out as followers until we're able to be the leader. And a lot of times being the leader, when somebody tells you this could happen and that could happen, and what if this happens, and what are you going to do if this happens? And then, you know what? you need to say thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. What can I do if that situation arises? How can I address that? Not, Jesus Christ, I'm not meant to do this because this could happen and that could happen. It's just they're trying to place their fears on you, which actually, you guys, that is their gift of thinking every worst case scenario. And part of your gift is to figure out, if this does happen, how can I address it? Not, you're not meant to do it. So this is the divine saying, you guys, permission to keep going, permission to keep going forward. And you guys are so creative. And I'm going to tell you, once you start tapping into your creativity, it keeps coming. You're not going to run out of it. It is a bottomless well. You guys are creative souls. The world needs you more than you know. The divine is calling you right now. I know you guys know that if you're watching this. The next one is grief. And it says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So you guys, you have been grieving the loss of your old life, the relationship, whatever it is you lost, if it is an animal, if it is children or a child. Jesus Christ, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for whatever it is that you lost or have lost. This is saying, again, this is not easy. This is not an easy path to be on. You guys are trailblazers. You are map makers. You are meant to make the map. This is not saying making a map is easy. It's hard as shit. And a lot of times when people, once they see the map, they're like, oh my God, thank you so much for making this. But they don't see the behind the scenes, the what you had to go through to make the map. And this is the grieving, the grief process. And I'm going to explain to you the grieving and grief process. So part of the grieving and grief process is denial, is this isn't fucking happening. And you guys, we have to do that. That is part of surviving. So you went through the this is not happening to me to the, then you get pissed. I can't believe this is happening to me. I cannot believe this. And that is the second stage of the grieving process. And then there is the sadness and the depression and the being paralyzed with the fear. And then it goes to kindness. You were taking a pause. You were in a deep resting phase because you needed that. And you're coming out of that because you're healing from that. And the next one is balance. And it says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So you guys, this is, you are forgiving, you are healing, you are coming out of whatever you have survived, whatever you have lost, and you are moving forward. And this is the divine noticing that you guys are not only moving forward, you are not beating the shit out of yourself anymore. You have dropped the bat. You have picked up the feather, and it says service. I feel good when I can help others. So you guys know, and you're hearing from me, which is not really from me. It's the divine speaking through me to let you know that you need to be of service, and you feel good when you can help others. Part of this service, part of helping others is keeping your balance. And what do I mean by that? This is, you know, you guys have healed yourself. You're healing yourself. The things you did and are doing to get better, to be better, you need to keep this as you are helping others. And this is the divine saying, you can keep your balance and heal yourself and keep yourself well while servicing others. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what has happened to you in the past is you were giving from an empty cup because you didn't know that it was okay to fill your cup up. And as you have filled your cup up and as you have healed and have healed yourself, maybe you guys are scared to go out there and share your energy with other people, thinking you're gonna harm and hurt yourself again, or you're gonna not be able. This reading today is telling me you guys have boundaries, and maybe part of this process is you are afraid that you can't be well and keep your boundaries and share with others all at the same time. Again, this is the divine saying, this is not easy. Part of your full-time job is to take care of yourself and to be well. You are still allowed to do that first before you go out and give service. So you can give service. You are to be of service, but you need to be service to yourself first. You can have both. I'm going to explain to you because this has happened to me, water signs. And what do I mean by this? So for the longest time, I didn't have boundaries. I didn't know how to have boundaries. I didn't know how to have boundaries, and I got them. I went to a program called ACA, and this program called ACA, for any of you who don't know about it, it's called Adult Children of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families. It includes the entire world. Every single person is from a dysfunctional family. The dysfunctional family I came from, they sucked the fun out of dysfunction. With that being said, I never had boundaries. I always wanted to help people. I always wanted to make people feel better. And as I did this, I started not to feel good because I was giving away myself. I couldn't say no. I didn't have boundaries. So when I went to ACA, and I'm still going, I've been going for almost a little over 8 years. I'm working on my 9th year there. I have boundaries. I can say no. I can say stop. I can say I've changed my mind. I can say no thank you, and I can say yes. And I can say this is what I'm able to do. I was afraid that once I got my boundaries, that I need to guard and protect them, that I need to keep myself safe. I'm scared that if I help people again, that I'm gonna get sick. This is the divine telling you through me, and also for me, channeling through me, is that I need to keep myself well. God, the divine spirit, my angels are working for me and through me, that I can keep myself safe, that I can still have boundaries, and I can still help other people, and that I'm not going to get sick again as long as I keep doing all of the things that I am doing right now in order to be well and protecting my energy. So that is what I'm here to tell all of you, is you can keep yourself well and help others. You are allowed. This is a process. I think you needed to go into hermit mode for a while in order to protect yourself and keep yourself safe. But this is the divine letting me know that you guys are safe. you can keep yourself safe, and the divine is going to help keep you safe, and you can still get out there with the world and help other people heal and be well while keeping that for yourself too. All right, I'm going to read your Spirit of the Animal Oracle cards next. I love these cards. It says, dog friend. Today, I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and friend. So you guys, what this is saying right now, if you're thinking about getting a dog, this is yes, get the dog. I feel like this is a sign of God telling me to get a dog. And you know what? Animals are unconditional love. And I'm going to tell you another thing that I heard. Dog is God spelled backwards. So it's God with fur. So if you guys are thinking about getting a dog, or you are experiencing unconditional love from a dog or a pet, this is like, you either have a dog, you love dogs, you need to get a dog, permission to get a friend, and you're gonna experience unconditional love if you do this. And if you've already done this, you've already known that, and maybe that's part of the message that you guys are here to help people through is through pets and dogs. So the next one is Eagle and Mastery, and it says, you are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. Oh my God, I want to cry. It says, you are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. You guys, what came to me is, I don't know about you, but when I was in Catholic school, you know, I hated church, but we did sing songs, and this is like, I will raise you up on eagle's wings. I have to look up that song, but it's making me want to cry. And I don't know if you guys, I used to love that song. So there are songs that are reminding me about the spiritual journey, and I'm going to go and listen to that today, and raise you up on eagle's wings. I hope you guys are getting this message. Your wisdom inspires the world. So you guys are meant to soar. You are meant to be in the public eye. If you are looking for affirmation or confirmation about this, yes, you need to share what you know with the world. And part of that might be getting started with a YouTube channel. You guys, you do not need fancy equipment. You do not need, you need to get started, and permission to get started. The next one is Sea Otter, and it says, be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let go of worry and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your destiny of love is sure. So you guys, now this is showing me little penguins that are so cute with the sea otters. So it's like, be the master of playful living. Like, you need to play with everybody. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. When I was 18 years old, I needed to get sober. So when I entered my second rehab at 18 years old, and when I got there, I'm like, oh my God, these are my people. And then I started to country line dance, and not for years and years later, but I'm like, oh my God, these are my people. And maybe I went to ACA before country line dancing, I'm not sure. Then I went to ACA, and I'm like, oh my God, these are my people. Then I'll say I got into country line dancing and I'm like, oh my God, these are my people. And then I realized, guess what? Everyone is my people. We are all God's children. We are all each other's people. You are safe. So if you guys don't know that or don't feel that, maybe you can put an affirmation up on your mirror and repeat it every day. I am safe, or I am divinely protected and guided. These are affirmations. These are truths. They are true. So you guys, your message is love. You give love to the world, and the world is going to give you love back. So this is your sign, signing off for all the water signs for the month of July. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.